It's time to make a better future for nature and for animals of this planet. Wildlife conservation is needed now more than ever. The World Wildlife Fund is one of the main charities that are doing everything that they can to stop extinction. The extinction rate is rising at a troublingly fast rate, and not only will helping conserve these animals make their lives last longer, but it'll also help other aspects of the world. The World Wildlife Fund Living Planet report found that various populations of animals had declined from 58% from 1970 to 2012. I will be talking about reasons that this could help, what protecting does exactly, and some facts about the World Wildlife Fund itself. A problem I'm going to be focusing on is conservation itself and how dangerously fast we are losing animals that have been on this planet for hundreds of years. Reasons that this could help would be that it'll also improve human lives by protecting goods and services that we need for our everyday lives, like clean air, clean water, food, and etc. And this would be from the wildlife conservation of the World Wildlife Fund. We also will be protecting species and saving the planet that we cannot replace and decreasing the rate of extinction. And extinction is basically losing animals, and there's no way possible that their genes will be able to be brought back, at least not right now. A counter argument, though, would be that this is a big business. This is a way that people can make money through killing these large animals. Trophy and big game hunting is basically when people are recreationally hunting large animals like lions and tigers and cheetahs and animals like that that represent threatened or endangered species. Although this is sad and harsh, hunters do spend up to $200 million in fees for killing these large animals. They do have to donate to certain charities and certain funds to even be able to kill the animals that they do. Although it is kind of ironic to me, it is something that they have to do. And that's from Mindy Weisberger from Hunting Big Game. I plan to satisfy this need by donating to the World Wildlife Fund monthly and trying to raise awareness in my everyday life. I'm going to give you some ways to help along with just speaking on the issues itself. What you can do is sign pledges to stop wildlife crime like poaching, or symbolically adopt animals like tigers or pandas or anything like that. And that's from Robert Nadeau in the World Wildlife Fund. African and Asian countries are going through a poaching crisis, and there's a difference between poaching and big game hunting. Poaching is whenever you are illegally killing these animals, and trophy hunting and big game hunting is whenever they are actually paying to kill these animals that they do. Species recovery is very possible and is not as far-fetched as you think. A little bit does go a very long way, and even if you think, oh, I'm just one person and I can't do it, you definitely can. Giant pandas, for example, are only found in China and only have about 1,500 of them left, but their number is increasingly rising, and that is due to foundations like the World Wildlife Fund. Great migrations are coming to an end. They used to have 15 large animal groups that would cross African countries, and it steadily went down to the number 10. Only large animal groups are able to go whenever they cross these fences that have been built to block them. And that's from Penny Van Oosthuizen, the New Scientist. Not only would we be saving animals on the brink of extinction and providing a better life for generations, but we will also be providing a more stable environment and resources. And keeping in this direction that we're in right now, we could be losing up to 75% of the species that we have on Earth, and that includes the species that are in the ocean and on the land. Managing our non-renewable resources could better help these last longer, like oil and things like that, and also resources that are renewable but aren't going to last us much longer. Saving animals goes further than right now, and conservation secures the planet's future. We would be making sure that future generations can enjoy this planet the way that we have for so long. Changes aren't immediate, but these results are life-changing. And without change, some of the only ways that we will be able to see these animals ever again is in a museum. And if that doesn't tell you something in its own, I don't know what will. Wildlife conservation is so important, and whether you believe or not that it's a big issue, it is. we have a time limit for these animals that are on this planet. The future is up to us. You have to do something today. You have to move today. You could do something that will affect the lives of people 100 years from now. This isn't going to just affect your generation. This will affect future generations to come. These animals that have been on this planet are relying on us to do what we can to help them, to do what we can to make sure that their lives last longer. For certain animals, their lives have already gone down, and we will not be able to bring them back, like the eastern white rhino. And we will also be able to save genes that will help us bring back these animals at a certain point in time. We just are not able to do that right now. Wildlife conservation is something that you need to think about every day, whether it's a small step that you make or it's a life-changing step that you make. This is something that you can make possible. The future is up to us, and we can do it. Done? Okay.